kills 3 kids of same parents in Ebonyi. Labour urges state lawmakers to impeach governors who fail to pay minimum wage. Enyimba coach sends warning to Confederation Cup opponents. Good morning and welcome to the news. I am Jonah Oje. The federal lawmakers has given conditions for the reopening of borders. It insisted ECOWAS countries must respect rules of origin, vowing that Nigeria will no longer tolerate the packaging of imported goods. It declared any good coming into the country from ECOWAS states must have 30% local input. The federal government maintains that goods imported from Nigeria market must be escorted directly from the port of member states directly to the borders. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Godfrey Onyama, stated this on Monday at the end of a committee meeting. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo on Monday in Abuja said that Nigeria remains Canada's major trading partner in Africa. Osinbajo said these are the Nigeria-Canada Investment Summit 2019 with the theme, Reaching Greater Heights. The Vice President said that Nigeria was one of the 10 reforming economies in the world. He added that the summit focuses on 6 major sectors of the country's economy. Mr. Tariq Khan, the Director General, West and Central African Global Affairs Canada, said Nigeria remains the largest trade and investment partner of Canada in the Sub-Saharan Africa. Nigerian government, through the National Directorate of Employment (NDE), says it has provided tools and cash to 416 selected graduates trained on soft and hard landscaping and POP across the country. The Director General of NDE, Dr. Nasiru Muhammad Ladan Agungu, who stated this at the disbursement ceremony to 11 graduates of the 2018 resettlement of participants of Environmental Beautification Training Scheme in Asaba, explained that the tools were given to the beneficiaries as loans, while cash is a gift to them. Agungu, who was represented by the acting zonal director in charge of South Zone, Mr. Eden Duke, said the cash value of the tools will be paid back by the beneficiaries. He says both cash gifts and tools were to help them start and grow their businesses as budding landscape service operators. In his remarks, the Director of Special Public Works, Mr. Cyril Ofiong, represented by Mrs. Francisca Ezago, charged the beneficiaries to be committed and put the cash and tools into judicious use. Organized labor has appealed to state houses of assembly to consider the plight of workers by compelling governors to pay the new minimum wage. Some governors have said they will not pay beyond their capacities, but the Nigerian Labour Congress says any of them who refuses to pay should be impeached. General Secretary of the Union, Emmanuel Obaja, disclosed that organized labor is in support of the return of the Labor Advisory Council, which will help to mediate between government and workers. He also urges the federal government to take action against employers who would not pay the new wage. No fewer than 3 kids were trapped to death and 2 others injured following the collapse of a building in Akezi community, Ivo local government area of Ebonyi State. The names of the victims were given as Misoma, aged 11, Onimochi, 5, and John, 3. The victims belong to one family whose name was given as Sunday Okereke. It was gathered that before the collapse of the building, Okerike's wife, Elizabeth, had expressed fear over the physical condition of the house. It was gathered that the wife had pleaded with her husband to work towards relocating the family immediately before the unfortunate incident. One of the fundamental rights of every Nigerian, especially children, is rights to education. Hence, federal government earmarked huge sums of money for the education sector, formulating policies and programs that will enable it to provide basic education to our citizenry. However, despite all efforts by the government and stakeholders in education to ensure that the Nigerian child acquires basic education, statistics show that over 13.12 million children are out of school, engaging in various menial jobs just to make ends meet. In this report, Ogechukwu Abakoba takes a look at the causes of this misnomer and its effects on the society. The report.
It is a known fact that children of school age hawk various items ranging from sachet water and non-eatable items along major roads in Aba and other cities. Worried by the growing number of children out of school, the federal government introduced school feeding program that can help to get children into school, thereby enhancing enrollment and reducing absenteeism. Ironically, it seems that the noble program is yet to achieve its desired goal and objective, considering the high rate of children who are out of school. Statistics shows that Nigeria has the highest number of out-of-school children of 13.5 million. What is responsible for this misnomer, irrespective of the government's effort to provide at least basic education, which is one of the basic rights of Nigerian child? Respondents who spoke to MCL News on the factors militating against enhanced enrollment figured poor economic background and obnoxious cultural practice that discourages girl child education, especially in northern parts of the country.
On the parent side, we always advise people, don't give birth to too many children so that you'll be able to train them, because any child you did not train is a nuisance to the society. And on the side of the government, you see, when people are working and salaries are not paid, then you don't have option than the children will stay at home, because the parents will not go and steal to pay the children's school fees. And again, you look at the government schools are not functioning again because teachers are not paid, and anyone you are not paying cannot give you his or her best.
Due to the harsh situation in Nigeria, very, very hardship, every parent want their children the best school, to have knowledge of the school, but since there's no work, they don't pay them, they don't have money to train them at the school, we can't kill ourselves. We parents, we can't kill ourselves due to the poor hardship. Before you train yourself, your children to the school, you know how much it costs you.
I have known of some parents who wanted their children to go to school, but the children on their own refused. There are some children out of poverty or lack, they couldn't. But I've also seen, even in amidst lack and abject poverty, some parents were able also to send their children to school.
Other respondents who spoke off camera advised government to provide conducive environments that will enhance teaching and learning, as healthy environments promote quality education.
Pay off workers' salaries. You cannot engage a teacher and you don't pay him or her and you expect any good service. It's not possible. It's not possible, because they eat, they transport themselves to school. Well, when you do that, government schools will come alive, and private, people cannot afford the fees of private school. If not, private schools are there, but they cannot afford it. That's why children are roaming about in the street.
Government first, I will tell them to come down, equip private and government school, equip them, so that everything will be cheaper. Government school come back to drawing board and equip the government school, so that the system will be coming up.
Ogechukwu Abakoba, MCL News.
Still to come on the news. PDP unveils campaign timetable ahead of the election. Senate tells back MFLA's representatives. ASUU insists on rejection of IPPIS. This and more after the break. Stay tuned.
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say what the man will do for this world, what people no go talk. If you talk,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no talk, then you talk. What do you do for this world? I say, let me do the things where we carry my heart. Now so one time. I did not be so.
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCLtv.
Here we come back and we now go to our online studios for more stories.
Good morning, Jonah. Welcome to Omaha. President Muhammad Buhari has assented to the bill amending the Deep Shore, Offshore and Inland Basin Production Sharing Contracts Act. In a Facebook post on Monday, the president described the signing into law of the bill as a landmark moment for Nigeria. He thanked the National Assembly for the cooperation that produced what he described as a long overdue amendment. Recall that President Buhari had during his 2020 budget presentation speech before the National Assembly in October highlighted the need to urgently review the fiscal terms for deep offshore oil fields. These, according to the President, is to reflect current realities and to ensure increased government revenues. The signing of the amended bill into law is coming barely a month after the budget presentation. The House of Representatives on 29th October concurred with the Senate by passing the bill amending the Offshore and Inland Basin Production Sharing Contract Act 2014. The Senate Committee on Finance has rejected the representatives of the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, who appeared before it. The party had summoned Emefiele to give detailed explanations to the rationale behind the exchange rates the Central Bank of Nigeria used for three key projects under the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund. The projects are being funded by the Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority. The Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund was earmarked from dollar-denominated sovereign wealth fund to partly fund the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Second Niger Bridge, Abuja-Kaduna Expressway, East-West Road, and Mambila Hydro Power projects. The first three projects have already been funded to the tune of 163.8 billion naira. However, it was the Central Bank of Nigeria's Deputy Governor, Adebisi Shonibi, who appeared before the committee in place of the governor. The committee, led by its chairman Solomon Adeola, prevented Mr. Shonibi from addressing it. The panel asked him to leave with his team because the invitation was not meant for him. The CBN governor was again asked to appear before the panel on Thursday. The academic staff union of universities has again filed to resist any threat by the federal government over its continued rejection of integrated payroll and personnel information system. Besides, the union insisted that not even the government's plan to stop the monthly wage would compel the lecturers to withdraw their initial stand. Addressing journalists at Bayero University, Kano on the weekend, the coordinator of the academic staff union of universities in Kano, Professor Mahmoud Lawan, contended that the union unanimously rejected the use of force by governments. According to Lawan, only the teachers of IPPIS negate university autonomy and will also erode extant laws establishing universities in Nigeria. Urging Nigerians to hold the government responsible for whatever resulted from his decision, the ASU coordinator vowed to sustain the union's rejection of integrated payroll and personnel information system. The union called on the federal government to address the problems allegedly instigated by Dr. Wale Babalakin in the renegotiation committee and conclude the renegotiation for the betterment of the nation's education system. The People's Democratic Party has adjusted its campaign timetables ahead of the November 16th government election in Kogi State. PDP explained that its candidate in Kogi was suspended for 2 days. His campaign, in Kogi, was suspended for 2 days to commiserate with the Director General of the campaign organization, Tajuddin Yusuf, who lost his wife last Saturday. The state-led PDP spokesman Kola Olobodeon said the resumed campaign will now run from Wednesday 6 to Wednesday 13th November 2019. But the scheduled campaign timetable enjoined parties and all supporters and lovers of democracy to continue to come out in their numbers as massively split in all these rallies so far. PDP acknowledged the support of the campaign of the state in standing with the party in the collective determination to flush out what they describe as the draconian tactical socialist and ruthless and anti-government in Kogi State. Oyo State Governor Okezie Ikpeazu has commended the management and staff of Iriba Football Club for qualifying for the group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup. Iriba on Sunday defeated TS Kalasi by 2-1 in the second leg of the playoff round. The defeat is coming in the heels of a 2-0 first leg defeat inflicted on Kalasi by the People's Elephants in Aba. The governor commended the team for its resilience on the field of play and also reiterated the determination of his administration to ensure that the club is adequately motivated to make the state proud. Kalasi have enjoyed a good record at home in the Confederation Cup this season, having registered 2 wins without conceding against the likes of St. Lucians and CNAPF Sports. Iriba got the opening goal in the second leg thanks to a 19th minute strike from Daniel Dapa. Martins Fufule scored with 8 minutes left as Iriba secured qualification at the expense of TS Kalasi. On the following scene, Iran has taken further steps away from this crumbling nuclear deal with red powers by announcing it is doubling the number of these advanced centrifuges, calling the move a result of the result of the United States withdrawal from the agreement last year. As well as operating twice as many advanced centrifuges banned by the 2015 Accord, Tehran is working on a prototype that is 50 times faster than those allowed by the deal. Abkar Sali, the head of Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, revealed on Monday. Salahi said Iran is now operating CCIR-6 advanced centrifuges. Such a centrifuge can produce a rich uranium 10 times as fast as the first generation IR-1X allowed under the Control Accord. By starting up these advanced centrifuges, Iran further calls into one year that experts estimate Tehran will need to have enough material for building and a nuclear weapon if it chose to pursue one. Barry Kimball, director of the US-based Arms Control Association, said that though Iran was taking various steps, these were quickly reversible if they were to make some diplomatic arrangements to bring both sides back into compliance. That's it for No More Heads. Back to you, Jonah Oji, for the rest of the news. I am Nora Okafor. Good morning.
Thanks very much, Nora Okafor. And on sports. Enyimba coach Usman Abdallah says the win over TS Galaxy in Nelspruit could be a huge morale boost for Enyimba going into the CAF Confederation Cup group stage. Enyimba defeated TS Galaxy 2-1 on Sunday to complete a 4-1 aggregate victory over the South African club and progress to the competition proper. Abdullah said that the win marks a statement of intent from the Nigerian champions. And to end the news this morning, a second look at the major stories. No fewer than 3 kids were trapped to death and 2 others injured following the collapse of a building in Akese community in the local government area of Ebonyi State. Organized labor has appealed to state houses of assembly to consider the plight of workers by compelling governors to pay the new national minimum wage. Enyimba coach Usman Abdallah says the win over TS Galaxy in Nelspruit could be a huge moral boost for Enyimba going into the CAF Confederation Cup group stage. That was the news, and thanks for watching. I am Jonah Oji. Have a good morning.
MCL, the world